Hello all, I'm Mike.
And I'm Elaine.
And we are
Bible
Fanatics! You know, Elaine, I had the best time at the popcorn party when we celebrated all those awesome kids who memorized all 39 books of the Old Testament. You know, I had so much fun, but I still have popcorn kernels coming out of my teeth. Now, if you like that, you're gonna love how we celebrate the New Testament, because we're gonna have a cocoa and cookie party. That's right, it's gonna be a hootenanny. You're not gonna want to miss it, so memorize all 27 books of the New Testament.
Oh, that sounds great. And today, we are getting back into history. You may remember that the first part of the Old Testament was just full of history. From the first 5 to the 12 books of history, the Bible tells us the story of mankind, from creation to the fall, to the flood, to Abraham, to Moses, to the nation of Israel, to the judges, to the kings, to the exile, and back home again. The New Testament has some history as well. It's the history of the early church that began when Jesus returned to heaven.
It's an amazing history. In fact, it's so amazing because it's the history of the early church. It's when the believers began to speak in tongues and preach the gospel. Miracles happen. People are saved by the thousands.
Then God calls the most unlikely man in the world to become a missionary. A man named Saul, a really mean man, encounters Jesus in a blinding light. And suddenly, the man who tried to stop the Church of Jesus becomes its #1 spokesman.
What a story!
What a history!
Now, let's memorize the books of history in the New Testament. Ready?
I'm ready.
We start with the book of Acts. Now, Acts was also known as Acts of the Apostles. The book of Acts was written by Luke, and it tells the story of how the early church began to grow. And since the word axe sounds like the word for a tool called an axe, let's pretend we're holding an axe and chopping down a tree.
I got it, Acts. Now, what's the next book?
Well, that's it.
What?
That's it. Just one book. That's the entire history of the New Testament.
That's it? Just one book?
Yeah, just the one.
Just the one. Well, that must mean one action-packed book.
That's right. Of course. Why do you think they're called the Book of Acts?
Oh, I get it. Oh, so remember, kids, swing the axe to remember Acts.
The history of the early church can be found in the one and only book, the Book of Acts. It's all found in the 66 books of the Bible.